So today we're going to talk about carbohydrates and their role in fat loss. Now a lot of people think of carbs as evil. They're not going to sort of steal your money and run away and make you really fat and all those sort of things. But we're going to talk about the sort of the three main sort of myths that people have. So one, carbs don't make you fat. Carbs can make you fat, but on their own they're not going to make themselves fat. So what I mean is, if you're not in calorie excess, if you're not overeating your calories and your calories are the same, or you're under eating the calories that your body needs, carbs themselves are not going to make you fat. Eating carbs late at night, again, it's not really going to make a difference if your total calorie expenditure and intake is matched. So if you're under eating what your body needs, it doesn't matter when you eat your calories or your carbs, you can eat them any other time of the day. And sugar, yeah, sugar gets a really bad rap, and to the point where some people even avoid fruit. I've even heard some clients where they've had some trainers where they told them not to eat too many tomatoes in their omelettes because of the sugar. Again, it all comes down to calories more than anything else. So calories are the end all and be all, typically, of what happens with your weight, whether it goes up or down. But low carb diets have been popular recently because of the popularity of diets such as Atkins, Paleo, and keto sort of diets. Now these diets, they typically are low to very low carbohydrate diets, and one of the main reasons why they work is you get instant gratification. So when most people drop their carbohydrates out of their diet, they lose 5 to 10 pounds of water. Now that can be very satisfying for a lot of people, that especially most people that diet and they want to lose weight really quickly. So when you lose 5 to 10 pounds and you see that sort of change on the scale, it does motivate you to keep going. And the other reasons that it works is that most people's diet is predominantly carbohydrates. So most people typically are very carb heavy diets for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Most people's snacks, they're eating a lot of sort of snacks a day, and most snacks that people eat are very calorie laden. So they're full of sugar, they're full of fats, and they're so calorie dense. What happens is when you start cutting all those foods out, is your calories naturally drop down, and when it drops down, that's when you start to lose weight. So it's not so much as the low carb diet itself that's worked, it's just that you've just found a way to drop your calories down that's quite efficient. Problems with low carb diets, or things you can run into issues, is one of the reasons why you say, like if you lose the 5 to 10 pounds, you can get quite dehydrated. And what's going to also happen is, carbs are like an energy source. Your body can sort of store 1,500 to 2,000 calories of energy in carbohydrate form in your body, depending on your size. And it will probably last you sort of a day or two if you went on completely zero carbs and you start feeling a bit run down or tired, lethargic. But you're mostly going to find trouble fueling intense exercise. So any exercise like weight training or anything which is going to actually help you build muscle and build your metabolism, your performance is going to be quite low. And what happens then is, because you lose muscle, your metabolism goes down, your calories burn down, and then you find it a lot harder to lose fat going forwards. And another problem with low carb diets is that when carbohydrates release insulin, and when insulin goes up, cortisol levels come down, and like a reverse effect. And so when carbohydrates are very low, cortisol is high, which helps free up fat loss. Actually does help with some sort of fat burning, making it more freely available. But some people find that they notice it, their anxiety comes up quite high. Whereas when you have carbohydrates, you get a nice serotonin release, and that's why a lot of people feel quite happy and relaxed and sort of sleepy after big amount of carbohydrates. One key to make low carb diets work a little bit more efficiently, or at least be able to stick to them a little bit longer term, is people forget to bring up their fats. So typically carbs and fats are both energy, they are interchangeable. So if you're going quite low carb, your calories will drop down. And some people, what happens is their calories end up dropping too far down. And that's why they start feeling a bit sort of sluggish, a lot more tired, and generally just all around a bit crappy. So you still want to have a negative calorie balance. You probably want to aim for, I don't know, minus 20% of your total maintenance, or say if you want to lose about a pound a week, take 500 calories off your current maintenance levels. So if you're at 2,000 calories as your maintenance level, you want to aim for about 1,500 calories, should have you losing about a pound a week. And say if you drop down to 1,000 calories because you dropped all your carbs out, you want to increase 500 calories from fats. So you typically don't want to have your calories down too low, because you might seem faster progress at the start, but long term it will sort of slow down and you'll struggle losing fat going forwards. So as always, slow and steady wins the race. I know it's boring, everyone wants really fast results, but play the long game. when it comes to sort of low carb diets, it's totally up to personal preference. So if you generally enjoy carbohydrates, as most people do, I wouldn't sort of recommend going too low in your carbohydrates. If you do want to go on a low carb diet, I'd recommend about zero point 0.5 grams per pound or 1 gram per kilo as at the lower end, with a periodic refeed. So say every 3 to 7 days, or whenever you're sort of feeling a bit run down, if you can make it to the weekend, just wait to the weekend and refeed then, where you just have a higher carbohydrate intake to boost up your energy stores and increase performance going forwards. That's the way you'd want to cycle like a low carb diet.